Hey all, man, it's been a hot minute since I have put anything up on this channel, and I was really missing just the stream of consciousness videos that I did for a little bit there. And I wanted to kind of bring back some, let's call it authenticity, I guess. Like, this is still mildly edited, I guess, but I feel like mostly online now, in the age where TikTok is king and Reels on Instagram are basically just, regurgitated TikToks. X is circling the drain. Threads is kind of cool. Blue Sky, I hop in and out of there sometimes, but mostly, yeah, I've been really craving the old internet. The elder millennial in me really kind of is wanting and craving that raw, unfiltered, and actually no filters. It's weird how the nomenclature, the wording of a filter has changed. Like, no filter previously meant that you were being, you weren't coloring your words or shirking back, but now it's literally, nothing is going through an AI generator of any description, or it's just it's insane. And so I have been, and I don't know if this is the thing. I definitely didn't discover it, that's for sure. It's been around for a while, but I went looking for that kind of old school internet, the 2.0, or so they called it, prior to social media, when everyone had blogs. And I went and delved into Tumblr, and it's very similar to how it was. There are some things that just haven't changed whatsoever, but then there are other things where it's not exactly the same. It's close, but it's not exactly the same. And so, yeah, I was really kind of searching for, I guess, the old internet, and I stumbled across this thing that people have termed the indie web. And so it is basically just it's a collection of websites and blogs and things like that, where people put in their, for those who aren't in the, behind the scenes in the tech world of websites and stuff, there is a file that you put on your web server called a robots.txt. Oh, I've disappeared. And it tells Google and other search engines, hey, you are welcome here, or no, just get out, basically. And if we think about that now, it seems like such a weird, alien concept that you wouldn't want your website on Google. But it's actually it's kind of cool. These guys are saying, no, Google and other web search engines, you cannot scrape our site. You cannot look at our content. And so the way that they have the discovery is by linking to each other. So way back in the day, Google was based on, how many links other websites pointed to your website. That was one of the main, SEO, search engine optimization things. And now, to be honest, I don't even know what it is, because I haven't kept up with SEO, because I feel like these days it's kind of trash. The reason why we have those, those, when you're looking for a recipe and you go to a website and you have to scroll through 3 textbooks worth of ads and text about the history of wheat or whatever BS, that's all search engine optimization crap. It's not like, oh, I want to make the world's best cookies and you get directly into the recipe. No, if you want Google to think that your website knows about cookies, you have to go into all of this other BS and like basically trick the robot into, you know, trick the robot into thinking that you have all of this extra detail about cookies, whereas like what you're actually there for is the recipe. You don't care about all that other BS. And if it was a really good recipe, then, you know, it should in theory be at the top of. And this is why things like Reddit, where people actually like vote things up and down, have a better. That's why if you want to actually find anything now, you go to Google, you type in your search, and then you add Reddit at the end, because then you get like basically human verified, up and down voted, you know, the things that actually are good will go to the top, basically. Well, that's the theory, at least. And then there's brigading and all that other shenanigans. But I've gone way off topic. What I was talking about was the indie web. And so this is basically a bunch of websites where they don't allow Google and other search engines to scrape them. And they're just, you know, blogs and websites about whatever. Like, people do their writing stuff on there. And I don't know how many people like follow me on Threads or any of that other stuff. But I actually have my own personal blog where I write, you know, short stories and like random think pieces. And it started when Arch was born, my son. When he was born, I just kind of wanted, like, I didn't really have time to make, you know, videos anymore, or you know, play a bunch of video games or whatever. And I just kind of wanted a creative outlet. And I wanted to get back into reading more. And I've always found that if I write, then I tend to read more. And so, yeah, that was basically the impetus. And I've been writing over there it was on Blogspot, but then I migrated it over to my own website. It's just aarontoomey.blog. And I was basically just looking for other writers' blogs. And anytime I searched it on Google, all I could find was how to write a blog. You know, the 10 best blogs platforms, you know, 15 habits of the best writers and blah, blah, blah. All this fucking rubbish, which is not what I was trying to find. And so I stumbled across the indie web, where people actually link to each other. And there is a few kind of, they're more indexes than search engines. So like you can search for, if you're looking for writing specifically, or like tech guides. I've been super into kind of home lab stuff recently, which is where you set up like a little server at home, like a super low powered, you know, to kind of, I'm on the full bandwagon of like getting off all the subscriptions and having all your stuff in the cloud. And I have watched so many horror videos and TikToks recently where like just entire directories of people's like Dropboxes and Google Drives and stuff like that is just now missing. It's gone. Like, and it's just, there's no history, there's no backups. You hit them up through support and you get nothing. And so, yeah, like I'm just slightly freaking out that we don't own any of our stuff anymore. And with like generative AI, yeah, like it's so weird because yes, it's such like a powerful tool, and I, as a tech person, can see like the coolness of it and the benefits of it. And like, especially when it first came out and I was like generating art and I was like, this is fucking amazing. And then I heard about how it was actually made and, you know, what was done in order to be able to make those models. See, I thought it was all, you know, open source, because we've had kind of like image identifying machine learning models for forever. right? So, picture of a dog, picture of a cat, blah, blah, blah. So I figured they used the older models to identify things in the pictures for the new models, and then the new models were able to generate the pictures based on all that stuff. But it was all these like super underpaid sweatshop, complete messed up practice in a third world underdeveloped country. These people will pay pennies for this insane mind-numbing explosion labor just so that we could have these like crazy ChatGPT and all that sort of stuff, and like they're touted as like super close to being like general AI. There's no way they're going to be general AI. You know what I mean? Like, they're not even close. They have no, like, even the most spectacular models only have like a 50,000 token limit or whatever. And yeah, that's the Bible, sure, but like, you can't put that person, or like, half of Wikipedia or whatever it is, and sure, you can put that, like, if it was put in a body that could do stuff, you put it out in the world and like it would be overloaded in about 10 minutes. So like, I just don't, yeah, I'm just looking for some authenticity. And I thought, I haven't posted on Inky Beard for a while, and maybe there's other people out there who are craving a bit of authenticity as well, and I've just been ranting for about 10 minutes, so I hope it was interesting or valuable, or if you want to read some of my short stories or whatever. I was trying to get a bit of writing practice in. I've been tinkering with the thing for like years now. Had a brainwave of a story back in 2019, just before COVID hit. Started writing it in 2020, and I might put it out one day. We'll see what happens. Every time I think it's close to being done, I can find a little bit more of a tweak. I can tweak it more. And so yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you haven't heard of the indie web, you should definitely look it up. Some really cool stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of the sites that I found have kind of been like a little bit flash in the pan, past their peak sort of thing. But then again, if you look at my blog, like, I don't think I've posted anything for probably a couple of months now. I've probably got like 50 drafts all like on the go, and every now and then I'll sit down and look at them again, or the inspiration will hit me and I'll just pump out like a 30-second short story. You read it in 30 seconds. It takes me a hell of a lot longer to write it. Sometimes they do actually. They're pretty quick to just pump out. But yeah, let me know if you know of any cool, like, random, websites that are authentic, and people make cool stuff. I know there's a lot of websites out there where people just put like cool little animations and drawings, and I found this amazing like zine making thing. If you look for the indie web, you'll probably see the zine making thing that I found as well. It's really cool. So it's like animated, short form, little zine thing that you can. It reminds me of Flash. Anyone played like Flash games back in the day, or saw any of the Flash websites? So yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging with me. If you've made it this far, you're amazing. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.